welcome. Spot number 7. It's another day on planet Earth. And I'm so excited because we are at the end of the hotspot session. So we're going to welcome our 7th guest today. And before we jump on, I wanted to tell you that I hear so much, nobody's seeing my post. Nobody's, it seems that nobody's listening to me on social media. But we're going to be actually talking about that today. But I wanted to remind you that if you were to go and sell your products, your events, or your services in the street and stop each person you meet to tell them about what you sell, what you offer, how much time would that take you? If you had to stop each person and say, hey, I'm this, I'm that, I do this, and I do that. Well, with social media, yes, there are struggles, but there's still the way to go to share your message with the world. So for those of you who are just joining us now and don't know who we are here, I'm Angélique Binet, founder of Social Media Love, and I'm also the host of that show that we call the Hotspot Show, where we welcome one entrepreneur, one small business, or whoever has a project that they want to actually build up and share with the world. And I'm here to help you to gain the confidence that you need to show up online, because it's not easy for everybody to show up your face every day online, whether it's on Facebook or on other social media platforms. And with that confidence, so that you are able to target the right audience, to talk to the right people, so that they're attracted by the bucket of knowledge and skills and services that you have for them to make their life better. And I'm also publishing every week, so I want to tell you. Oh, I see we have a lot of people. Every week you can actually find me on YouTube, where I share a new tutorial. I'm going to show you exactly where the link is right there. So I kind of use the bit.ly shrink tool so that it's easy for you to see it and maybe grab notes. So every week you can find a new short tutorial. I promise I try to make them 2, 3, 6 minutes so that it doesn't take too much of your time. And I'm also the founder of a new program called the In a Loop, which is kind of a VIP club where actually you access to me every day, and we do a lot of a hotspot and other components. So if you're interested into that, I'm going to put the link right there, and I'm going to add them actually in the comment section as well. I'm going to add them now because I know once I start talking with our guest, I'm going to forget after. So boom, and then the comments there. Hi, Kelly. And here, comments. So I'm going to show you, we have Kelly in the house here. Kelly, who was a hotspot. I think you were hotspot number 4. We had such a great time. And now I'm going to open the mic for our guest. Are you ready here? I see. So I use BeLive TV, which is an awesome platform to do live broadcast. And I see my guest here, but I can talk, but I can hear what she says. So she's nervous here. Sorry, I'm going to stop waiting to get you. Here we go. Boom.
Am I in? Can you hear me? Am I live?
You are live.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thanks, Angélique.
Okay. Kelly says, sharing the heck out of this. Oh, I'm so excited.
Good. Share the heck out of it, Kelly. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to check if everything works. And I told my peeps on Instagram that I would do a little live while we are. So while I'm sharing on Instagram, whoever is watching the replay or watching live with us, I would really suggest to you to share that live on your Facebook profile or Facebook pages if you think it could serve some other members of your communities. Because you know what? Facebook likes when we share, when we like, when we comment. This is how you get ranked up in the algorithm. So I'm going to do that on Instagram and on Facebook, but I'm going to start Instagram live. So give me a second. I'll let you share while I'll do it on my side. Live. Here we go. Instagram. So we're live on Instagram, Social Media Love AB as well. Hi guys on Instagram. So you won't see the screen. I'm going to show you quickly. Here, this is Cynthia. Hello. And here we go. So Cynthia,
Yes.
I think it's time for you to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Who am I? Hi, I'm Cynthia O'Neill, and I'm coming to you from London, Ontario, Canada right now. And my relationship with Angelique is that I am the founder of a women's conference that has been now being hosted for 11 years in both Ontario and in the Atlantic provinces. And I met Angelique last year when I was seeking some social media help, and she, the doctor of social media love, came my way because I needed her. And so anyway, that's our relationship. So I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled to be part of this this group as well. And as I say, so what I do is I have a women's conference, and Kelly Etheridge, who you saw her name come across the screen, is my Atlantic coordinator partner. And this is a conference that is by women, for women. It's a full day where we create a community for the day. We bring speakers in for the day. Our speakers are women who are absolutely fearless. They are women who are out in the trenches doing things just like you and I, and they're willing to get up on the stage and tell their story. And they leave us with some amazing nuggets that we can take away with us. And it's very inspiring and motivating. And it's the aha moments and all of that sort of stuff. So anyway, we have conferences coming up for all of this year. We're doing one in Hamilton, Ontario on May the 8th. And then we're coming to St. John, New Brunswick on June the 15th. And then 14th, 14th, I'm sorry. And then we are in London, Ontario, and Halifax and Sarnia, Ontario in the fall. So anyway, powerofthepurse.ca. I think, Ange, is what people just need to know. Powerofthepurse.ca. It's all there.
Okay, cool. I actually put your name and the name of the conference at the bottom of the screen right there. And you can add in the comment section if you want the link for your website.
Yes, okay.
And for those of you who are not in Canada, the provinces that Cynthia mentioned covered, I would say, tell me if I'm wrong, but the half Canada on the eastern part, right? From Ontario to the Atlantic shore.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. So without, waiting longer, Cynthia, could you tell us right now in 2018, what is what is the reason why you wanted to be at the hotspot, and what is the main challenge that you have to go through right now?
Thank you. So here's what I wanted today. What I find as a big challenge for me is engagement, connection. I know Angelique, as my social media guru, tells me it's all about interaction and connection, right? You have to connect with your audience. So I put these great posts on our Facebook page, and we get tons of likes. I mean, we get really, really good response, but I don't do anything with that after that, right? So I see this list of all of these people, their names, and they've liked it and liked it and liked it and comment, but I'm doing nothing with those people after that. So my concern is it just ending there? Like someone sees my post, they look at the video. We just posted last week with a video that we did that talks about our conferences, and we got so much activity, but I've done nothing individually with any of those people with that activity. So Angelique, my question this morning is, am I missing something? Am I leaving something behind? Or as I say, what am I leaving on the table that I'm not dealing with? Because it's frustrating to me that I have, all of these people, and the list just scrolls down and down, and I'm doing nothing with them. So over to you.
Well, I think, okay, first I want to put your Power of the Purse page in our comments so that people can go and check it out before we talk about it, because and I might share actually my screen with your page on it if we talk about specific stuff later. So I'm just gonna add the name of your page at the bottom of that screen right there. Where is it? Facebook here, show. So it's gonna be facebook.com/powerofthepurse. So if you want to see what we're talking about. So first, I think you should be celebrating if people like. You're lucky, because it's something those days. It's hard to be liked on Facebook because of the new changes of the algorithm, where in the last, I would say 4 years, that the reach, like the number of people who see our posts has been diminishing a lot organically. Like when I say organic, I say when we don't use money to promote our posts, right? So I think if you consider that you have a lot of likes, it means that people are there for you. So you can do stuff with that. So it's not ending there, not at all. So, and there are many ways, right, where it's not, I'm not going to solve the problem right away, like in, 45 minutes, but especially right now, like you have to consider that this morning, I think I dreamt about that. You see a chicken house when they're in the wild on a farm, right? So you usually have the chickens, like they're talking to each other, they're fighting, they're eating the ground, they're like digging to find something. And then there is always, it's not a shelf, but like a shelter. And then some of the hens are at the top and the rooster is there and checking and stuff. So Facebook, you can kind of like that. You have your chicken court where everybody's talking, watching, and doing things, interacting. But you should not forget what's going on the roof of that little cabin or chicken house there, where the main people are, organizing things. So my comparison here is Facebook organic versus Facebook advertising. And more you have to see Facebook as an advertising machine, but not something in the negative way. People say, oh, Facebook wants our money and that's it. Well, yeah, like any business, we all want money, right? At the end of the day. But what the beauty of having a lot of interactions on your Facebook page when you post is that you can actually target those people with your advertising. And there are many ways to do it. But I just wanted to reassure you here, like if people are really interacting with your page, that means you have a lot of, when it's time to do your advertising, you're going to be able to send them what they're looking for, what they're interested in, which is a big deal. Because when you start with advertising and being serious about it, it's hard to find the target audience. But Facebook right now, in all the features that exist we call that the custom audience, you can actually target people who interact with your Facebook page every day. So people who like, people who comment, people who share, people who watch your videos. So this is why I see more like you have a tool here that is ready to be served. So that's just one aspect of it, okay? So in the big scheme, I see that, and I don't know how much advertising you do and how you do it this year, Cynthia. Haven't been in touch to talk about that, but like maybe tell me more about how you do your advertising.
Honestly, Angelique, I really haven't done much since we finished last year. So that's what I'm saying. So what I've been doing mostly is posting. Doing some boosting, although I know you hate that. I shouldn't do boosting. I should do targeted, right? But I'm really ready right now to do it because we are 2 months out of the St. John, New Brunswick conference, right? So that tends to be, so I've kept the activity going, but now I need to do more targeted advertising. So I guess I'm kind of at that spot, the ready, get, set, go.
I'm just gonna do a rectification, Cynthia. I don't hate the boost button.
Sorry.
I hate that people use only the boost button.
That's right.
But when I say hate, it's not a matter of, it's a matter of love. It's social media love. But
that's right. So you don't love boost as much as you love targeted advertising. How we say that, yes?
Yes. It's just I want you to get the best of, using that boost button. The boost button is good when you already have your audiences set up in your ad manager. Yeah. Too many times I see people that are using the boost button and say, okay, Facebook boost wherever. And then you waste your $5. Right. You waste it.
Now, in fairness, we are set up demographically, all set up from last year. So when I boost, I go in and I take a look at where my audience selections are. And if I want to alter it, I do, or I stay with it from last year. So it isn't just anywhere. It's very targeted for the city, the audience, women's 18 or 25 to 60, the likes, all that stuff, Angelique, I've got. So when I hit boost, I do go in and check all that, okay, to make sure.
Because we're talking about advertising and I really believe in the power of advertising, Cynthia, I think it's nice that we take maybe a 5 minutes and actually if you want to dig more, you can look at my last tutorial on YouTube where it really explains like the key audiences.
Yeah.
So especially in the context of what's going on with Facebook reorganizing the algorithm and really working on the fact that they want people to interact with our content, and especially even videos. And we know that Facebook prioritizes videos, live videos even better. So yeah, so continue to do that on your organic side of things, like mix as much as you can live videos, and then once in a while maybe a regular post. Like you can mix everything, but you seem doing that, so that's great. Now advertising wise, we know that Facebook doesn't bring our posts to our fans very much. It goes from 1% to 8% of our fans that can see our posts, but which is, when someone subscribes to a Facebook page, they intend to see more of what you do, right? So there's little tricks that you can do to make sure that you see the posts of the page that you subscribe, such as using the see first button and stuff like that. But what I mean by that is that one of the key goals that we should do with our advertising and the boosting button could be one use actually in that case is to send it to our fans, to send our posts to our fans, because a lot of time, if they don't interact much with our page, they won't see it. Like you probably saw that as a user on Facebook. If you don't interact with the page or even with friends now, you won't see the post anymore, right?
Yeah.
So this is why it's key as marketer or trying to be a marketer. We need people to interact with our posts if we want to be kept being seen in their newsfeed. So that's one of the reasons. So that's why when you use advertising, one of the audience should be simply our fans, right? And then the second one that is can be very useful, although there's a, how do you say bemol? Do you say bemol in music, like when you do the notes, but there is the dark note. How do you call that in English? I don't know. Well, there's a little red flag. So the second audience would be the friends of fans. So that means you're going to be targeting the friends of all your fans. So I think in average, we say that people have around 500 friends, or between 250 and 750. I don't remember the exact number. So that means if you have a small community around 2,000 or something like that, and you multiply by 500, you're going to be reaching like outside of your fans and potentially the friends that might be interested, because we know that people do things on social media because their friends do things.
Yeah.
So there are chances that some of their friends might be interested in Power the Purse. So that's why it's important to, I think, consider friends of fans for when you're boosting or promoting your post. So that's the second audience. That is right there. And for you, if you have a lot of people liking and stuff and being fans, so that means you're gonna have even a bigger bigger audience in terms of friends of fans. Number 3, and this is where it's just awesome, and maybe I should share my screen for that, because this is where you ask me what do I do with those people who like my posts. So I'm gonna share my screen. Share. Chrome tab. Now I'm going to show your page.
Yes.
Right there. Oh, I have 2 pages. I don't want 2 pages. Sorry.
That's it.
And I'm going to remove you, Cynthia, for a second so that we see bigger. And this should go. Oh, I think I disappeared. Sorry, you couldn't hear me, I guess. I was showing Kelly's comment, sorry. And I wanted to add before we jump to Facebook that if you have any advice or you know, experiences you want to share with Cynthia, you add them in the comments, because the hotspot is really about, you know, a community of interest, people who are really, you know, helping each other. And maybe you went through an experience that is similar and you want to share your experience. So this is totally, totally awesome. Put it in the comment section. Now, okay, let's do this. Okay, so Cynthia, can you hear me? Okay. So I wanted to show, we're gonna go, so I wanted to show your page, yes, but in order to be able to show what I mean for our third audience, I need to go to my page. This is what I'm gonna do. I need to go to social media love. Quickly. Okay, Instagram, hello. So you can join us on Facebook actually right now. Social media of AB. We're live with Cynthia O'Neill, from founder of Power of the Purse Women's Conference. Pretty cool conference, very invigorating. Okay, so now you should see my page, guys. So I want you to, when you go to your ad manager, where's my ad? Oh my God, sorry. It takes me a little bit here because I need to reduce my screen. And I go to ad manager. And if you don't see well enough, I can make it bigger. You just tell me in the comment section. So when you create a campaign in ad manager, I'm going to quickly show you what I want to show you, and then I will go back to the screen. I'll put you back on the screen, Cynthia, after. And then you want to make sure that this is the choice that you have, right, in Ads Manager. Those here are the goals for each ad. And Facebook gives you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 12 options. And it's really important that you pick the right one. Because if you want people to like your page and you use the goal that is video views, they won't like your page. They're just going to watch your videos because you asked for video views. So, by the way, so I always go to engagement, for example, because it's a common, you know, function that we use. And in there, if you want, for example, if you want to boost or promote one of your posts and you want more people to share, like, and comment, you're going to use the engagement goal. And then you can pick between 3 types. Either the post engagement, which means people are going to like, share, and comment. So once again, you have to make sure that you want this, because Facebook going to go and send your post to people that have a tendency to do that. Like, you know how we have different behaviors. Each human has a different behavior on social media. Some people like everything. So Facebook gonna go and send to people that usually take actions, you know, with little emoticons and stuff like that. If you want new fans, you're gonna go to page likes. If you created a Facebook event, which you probably did, Cynthia, you're gonna go to event response to create an ad with your event. Okay. So we're going to do a post engagement. So we want more people to interact with our posts. So that's the name of my campaign. So I'm just going to, and then the second step is to create an ad set. So there are 3 steps when you create an ad. You have to pick the campaign name. You have to create your ad sets. And this is where you're going to decide what is your audience, what is your placement. Will people see it, you know, either in their messenger, on their newsfeed, on desktop, on mobile, there are many, many placements. And you're going to decide your budget and your schedule. So that's where this happens. So this is what I want to show you. Because once you are there, you're going to decide and tell Facebook who you want to send this post to. And this is where it happens here. It says custom audience, for example. So this is, I'm bringing you here so that you see where it happens. But where you create actually your audience is not in the same place. But I needed to start with that so that you know the impact that it's going to have. So this is where you tell Facebook, you know, the location where you want your ad to happen, what type of people. So, and this is where I'm going here, the custom audience and the lookalike audience. So keep with me, like keep up with me. It makes sense in a few minutes. And then you decide the age of the person, the gender, language if you want. And then we'll discuss about this one after we're done with lookalike, okay? But so this is key here. This is, I would say, the most important part of your ad, the audience section, and it's in your ad set right there. You see, it shows you campaign, ad set, ad. So this is here. We are right there. So where do we create an audience on Facebook? We go there. We go, when you're in your ad manager, you click on ad manager, and here at the bottom it says all tools. And this is where you're going to be able to create your audience, your custom audience. So it says assets right there, on the fourth column, assets, audiences. So we're going to click on audiences. Yeah, leave this page. Audiences. Okay, so I'm going to say to Facebook, I want to create a new audience. And this is where, you remember at the beginning, you said, what can I do with those likes, right? So this is where it's happening. Create audience. I'm going to ask Facebook, I want to create a new custom audience. I'm going to click on custom audience. And this is the beauty of things. I hope you guys see well. I'm just going to make it bigger. Okay, boom. Here we go. So we're going to stop here for a while, but yours is right there. That's the one we're going to end up here. But I want to give you an overview so that you have a sense of the scope, the hugeness, if you can say that word, of advertising. And before we dig in, I want to tell everybody that it's not about a one recipe thing. It's a lot of testing with advertising, a lot of testing. And it's not about, should I do this or that? You do this and you do that, and you check what works better, right? It's really the mindset you have to have. So that's why at first you're going to be testing with small amounts, even $2 at a time, or $5 depending on your budget. But you test, and then you see what works best. And don't get discouraged, because it takes a while before you put the right finger on the right audience. Okay, so this one, it says customer file. So this is when you have an email list, and then you can upload it to Facebook, and Facebook actually gonna reach out to the people in your email list, the ones that have the same, because you know when you open a Facebook profile as a person, you use your email usually, and then a password. So sometimes people use the same email to open a Facebook profile and an email that they give away to Power of the Purse, for example, because they want to receive your newsletter. So Facebook, we're going to do a match between the email that people give you in your email list and the email they have on Facebook. And if they are the same, then they're going to be connected through that. If they're not the same, but they won't be reached by Facebook. Usually, I think it's between 60 to 70% that it matches. So that's very important, because sometimes you want to reach your people that you are already in touch with them by emails, and you want to send them some Facebook content that is only for them. So that's a tool. And we could go more on that, but it's not the goal here. Website traffic. So this one is when you have your Facebook pixel that is installed on your website. And then Facebook can actually send your post to people who went and browsed on your website. The app activity, so that's when you have an app. I don't think it applies to you. You don't have an app. Offline activity, that's when you have a store, for example, and then people come to your store and they leave a piece of information or something, and then you can actually reconnect them. It probably happened to you. You go to a store, you don't do anything, and then next thing you go to Facebook and you have an ad, right? So that's called offline activities. And engagement. So this is where it happens. engagement. What do I do with those likes under my posts, right? So you click there and it opens another huge set of options. So you can do an ad for any people who have been watching your videos on Facebook and on Instagram. So why am I saying to everybody, do more videos? Number one, we know that Facebook gives them a priority in the algorithm. So organically, they're going to go to more people without any ads. It's going to reach more people. But then when you do your Facebook Live, you wait. That's what I do. That's my recipe. And I do it for many other accounts that I take care of. I wait for 24 hours. Like, for example, the live that we're having now, I'm going to be waiting for 24 hours. Then I'm going to be promoting it to all the people that have a tendency to watch videos on Facebook. So I've been doing that for 2 years. So my audience of people watching videos is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can actually retarget the people who watch your videos on Facebook by sending them posts. So that's one thing. So if you have a lot of people watching your videos, Cynthia, target them right there. This one is a lead gen. So that's Facebook has an ad that allows you to grab people's emails. So it's called a lead generation ad. So that's another type. Full screen experience is a format of ad that we call Canva. So it's very immersive. It has, big images. It can bring video at the same time, links. Like it's a combo of all formats in one post. And then Facebook page. So you can target people who actually have interacted with your page on Facebook. So this is where you have your like again. So all those people that are, and you can go up to 3 months, I think. No, more than that. Let's see. 80. Yeah, a year. You can go up to a year. Hey, I still have you there. Okay, let's say. You're right there. I still have you in my ad manager. So you would put your page here, and then you could tell Facebook, I want to target anybody who has engaged with my page in the last whatever days. So those people who watch your videos like in the last year, you know that they're already involved in what you do. So there are more chances they're going to take action next time you send them a post. Maybe it could be a post to download something or to book their ticket or to watch another video, right? And then when you create a new audience, make sure you name it, because you see at some point you can have hundreds of audiences. So come up with a way to title them so that you know what audience you want to target. Because when you're going to be using your boost button, they're going to show up, and then you can use your boost button because they're all set up, clearly titled and archived. So that's a good one for you to answer your question about, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Engagement, Facebook page, yeah. Okay, another someone is that you can do your ads for the same for Instagram. When anybody who has engaged with your Instagram account, your business Instagram account, you can target them too. Oh my God, am I closing everything? Okay, engagement. And then the same with your event. So when you create an event, and then maybe it's been, multiple events, you can actually select which one, list them, all the people who interacted in the past with your events, you could start targeting them either with a new event or for a post or whatever you want, right? But you know that people that are interacting with your event, they're probably people that are even more engaged than someone that has watched the video, or maybe not. So that's why I say it's not an or, it's and. Try this and try that, and try this and that, right? So that's what I wanted to show you, because it would not work if I could not, I can't, you have to really study that Cynthia, and I know that you subscribed for the first month of the In Loop, so hopefully we'll cover that by the end of that first month. I'm not sure, but you'd have an idea of what I'll be talking about. I'm just gonna bring you back to the screen because you may have questions, and then we go back to that because this is just one example of things you can do, and I'm gonna show you another way. An extension of this.
Well, this was really good because I have made my notes and I remember what we were doing last year when we worked together on it, and this is a great refresher. So thank you for that. I'm anxious to give it a try now.
I know. Yeah. So make sure you save the name of your audiences clearly. Have always the same pattern so that you don't get lost. Okay.
Gotcha.
We're gonna move on. So that was our third audience. So we said fans, friends of fans, and custom audiences. Now the fourth one, the beauty of is very powerful. The fourth one is called the lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences actually is about telling Facebook to reach people that are like the people who interacted with your Facebook page, who watched your videos, who interacted with your event, who interacted with your Instagram account, who did this, who did that. So you understand where I'm coming from? Anything you have under your custom audiences can become a lookalike. So let's say you say, I'm gonna target all the people who watch my videos in Canada in the last year. That's gonna be your custom audience. But you know that they're looking for you in Australia, right? Cynthia, I think they want you everywhere in the world, okay? So you're gonna tell Facebook, okay, I have that audience in Canada. I want you to reach those people that are like those people in Australia. And then you'll see, how they react and stuff. So Facebook gonna check actually the profile and the behavior of those people and try to find similar people in another area of the world or in another area of Canada. If you go province by province, you could do the same, from targeting New Brunswick, and then you want the same type of people in Ontario. So you can do that.
Yeah.
So this is exponential because you can do that like big time. So that's our fourth audience. Now, I keep the fifth one for the end because it's one that takes a little more time, but it's the one that is really bringing back money. What I'm saying that is because it's about, we call that interest targeting. And I'm going to go back and share my screen to show you where this happens. Let's go back with the screen. I'm going to put you, remove. Okay. Yeah, but I'll bring you back, okay?
Fine, I'm here.
Okay. And before I show you interest, I wanted to show you quickly how you do your lookalike audience. It's basically the same place. It's right there, lookalike audience, right there, okay? So we're gonna go away from the tool that we call audiences, although the interest one that I'm gonna be talking about, once you have set them up in another place, they're gonna end up there in that tool as well, and they're gonna be called how do they call it? The saved audience. Yes, saved audience. Okay, so your interest audience is gonna be under saved audience, but first you need to create them. Okay, so for that you go back to your ad manager, and you go back to that section I told you about called audience. So it's under your ad set. So I'm gonna have to create a new ad. Yeah, create. I'm just gonna pick any, start over. No, let's continue. Up, continue. Yeah. So audience right there. Okay. So this is where the exercise of who is your ideal client, your typical client, is key. Because I think Facebook has thousands of interest targeting that you can choose from to target the right people that are based on, the type of client you want to attract. And this is happening right there. It's called detailed targeting. So Facebook can give you suggestion. Okay, so you can target people by demographic, by interest, by behavior. So demographic, of course, it's based on their gender, education, employment, household, and lifestyle. Interest, it's a targeting that is based on what the type of activities they do, the type of Facebook pages they look at, and like what they're looking for. Behavior is really like how they act in real life. What do they buy online? What device they use? And yeah, so this is actually, and this is a little parenthesis because I always like to be, I used to be a journalist, and I think once you're a journalist forever. Right now, it's actually those type of interests that are under discussions right now, in terms of politics and more than that. Like Facebook was working with third-party tools that were selling them some very, very private, private information. And those we call them, partners categories, and those have been removed so far. So they were too much, like they were like information about credit cards, like even more than that. But I don't want to spend too much time. But if you hear in the news stuff like that, this is where the beauty happens. So we have some information that are gone now since last week. And it's because it was too much information, about people's life. But still, we still have thousands of targets that we can use. And you will act like a surgeon, okay? Because once you know exactly who you want to target, it's really, really amazing. So that's behavior. And then you have more categories here based on, what do they say? Yeah, so that's the partner categories I was talking to you about. So each time you click on those, you can actually, I would say, one of your homework would be to take some time to click on everything and then see the type of items you have there. Okay, and then click on. And so once what they eat, like, it's amazing, it's endless. So take really like a good chunk of your time at some point to see what's available. And then the other part is that try to really figure out who is my audience. So who is my typical audience? And then really, for example, you could even check like exactly those sections. So demographically, like who are they? What type of education they have? Like you can actually hover there and then it says, people, education, employment, household, lifestyle. Okay, so you at Power of the Purse, what type of, what is the regular typical Power of the Purse member? And then you make sure that on a piece of paper, on your page, on your computer, you really describe who she is in those categories. And then you do the same with interest, the behavior. And if you look them up after, you'll have more, you won't have an answer for everything. So this is where it's important to do surveys, okay? You survey your people. You survey your people either online or by the newsletter that you send. You can survey them too on different platforms so that you learn more about, what of those categories they fall under. Or when you do posts, you can ask questions. And it's good because Facebook wants people to interact, right? So questions gonna start interactions. And for you, not only you get your community to interact with your page and you get to learn more about them. And this is how you're gonna be targeting them because you're gonna be listening to what people answer, right? And then this is when you do your advertising with interest, you enter what you hear from your people. And then Facebook gonna be more, in position to attract the right audience to your page. It's especially very important to do that with everything, but especially even more when you do like ads. And this is what I recommend to all the people I help with their social media platforms, especially on Facebook. Try to always have an ongoing Facebook like campaign. Always recruit new fans. And you'll see now that it makes sense because I showed you the custom audience. I showed you the lookalike audience. So you can really recruit fans that are qualified. Don't do like ads that goes anywhere and grab anybody and then they're not interested at all in your power of the purse. Like just go after people that are interested. And with all the tools I showed you before, there is no reason why they would not be interested because you can really target very well. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back. So I really think that like ads are really important because you need to keep growing your community, especially if you're between 1,000 and 2,000. The minimum audience that Facebook allows to target is 1,000. So the more you give a pool of people to Facebook, it's going to be easier for Facebook to reach the right people. Right. So always dedicate a budget, even if it's $10 a month, just for like ads. If it's 50, even better. If you're 1,000, 10 million, even better. But it has to be qualified. Like recruit people that care about your topic. So that's why it's key to do your avatar or your client, typical client profile, because you're not gonna waste your money. You're gonna spend a lot of time, but it's good time. This is time well invested. And then when you have your key audiences set up, Cynthia, you have to revise them I would say every 2 months, just to see because people change, right? But then you have the basic, and then after that you need to optimize. That's all what you need. Like you need the foundation, then you optimize.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go for questions. There's one more piece, and I told you that we might not have time to cover all your questions.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
But, I want to show you another tool that is gold before we at the end of that. So I'm just going to check if we have questions, Cynthia, and then keep your questions because I'm sure you probably have some too. We're going to see our audience here. Hello, Marie. Hello, Marie. Yay. So Marie is another member of the Inner Loop. And guys, I don't talk about the Inner Loop too much here, but the Inner Loop is really about helping you like crazy, like what we're doing right now. I'm giving you like gold right now. So the Inner Loop is really about that. It's how you can thrive it with all the tools that are here. And you don't have to have thousands of dollars. You can start with $3 at a time or $5, you know. But then when you see the traction going, then people are gonna buy more from you. You reinvest that money towards Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Kelly, what are you saying? Cynthia, this is such a great info. So helpful. Awesome. Yay. I saw St. John and Halifax come up there as those who previously engaged with an event. Oops, probably, I don't know. We went through your ad manager. Probably, I don't know.
It was. That's what that
okay.
was, yeah.
Give me all the power of the purse events. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you take care of that after. Okay.
Will do.
Marie. I've never been to a Power of the Purse event. Well, that's your chance. You won't regret, Mary. It stays in your heart for the full year.
Thank you, Angelique. Thank you for that. Yes.
Do you have any pictures or video from previous events? Oh yeah, go to the Facebook page. Plenty.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what's it all about. It's all about being empowered. Yeah, and meeting amazing women. I've been to one, and I've been working with Cynthia last year, so I know about it. You can trust me.
Yeah. And the Power of the Purse Facebook link was just up there. Maybe Marie didn't see it, but the Facebook link was there, wasn't it, Ange?
Yeah.
Power of OT Purse. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to actually, where is my agenda here? Facebook show. Here we go. I'm putting it back.
Yeah. Power OT Purse.
Yes. And you're on Instagram and Twitter as well. Okay. Yeah, and we're just talking Facebook here, but yeah, and the beauty
lost you.
Is that you can apply that for this Facebook, right? It's call it Facebook little sister, but I think there's so much things you can still do on Instagram you can't really do anymore on Facebook. So don't forget Instagram, but that's another topic. Okay. So now, Cynthia, before we move on to the other tool I wanted to show you, is there any other question on what we covered so far?
No, I think it's good. When I go through and do all of that audience building, and then, you know, you were saying, take the time, check all of the categories when I'm building a like audience. Then when I go through, I select and that saves, right? And that holds.
At the bottom, you see it says there's a save button. Okay. And then when you put save, it asks you for a title. So this is where it's key to put the right title so that you remember, you know,
date or whatever, but just make sure it's titled, right? Because you're going to.
I can't go really into details too much right now, but when you do interest targeting, make sure that you don't mix all the interests so that you can test really what works or not. Yeah. So separate them, like make them in different assets, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So the last piece I wanted to show you is to learn more about who are your people on Facebook. Okay, and it's called Audience Insight. So I'm gonna try to find it right there.
Audience Insights.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share my screen again. Yes, it's right there. Okay, good. To broadcast. Here we go. So I'm going to put the link in the comments so that people can actually use it in a second. Boom. It's going to be there in the comment section. Comments. And this is a little, how do you say that? Gold cave. Okay, so can you see good? Can you see well? I'm gonna make it bigger. Can I do bigger? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go. Oh, how come you're here? Okay. So really, Cynthia, we need to remove you from my stuff because you're here everywhere. I don't hear you. Just wait. I don't hear you.
I said, Ange, I'm everywhere. Okay.
Okay. So basically, the way it works is that you can do some research around who is your audience right now. So you pick the country where you want to be. So we're gonna put Canada, and we're gonna say it's gonna be. I'm just gonna pretend it's from people from 30 to 65, and women. And what else? And I'm going to choose a page. So I'm going to go with power of the purse. Should be, is it there? Maybe not. That's weird. Power of, oh yeah, right there. Power of the purse. And then Facebook going to tell me, oops. Come on. Oh, they change everything. Oh. Why is it doing that? Interesting. That's new. Connections page. People not connected to page power the purse advance. Let me find. Did they change everything? Oh, yeah, everything has changed here. So yeah, that's Facebook. Everything changes all the time. So I want to find it. I don't want this. People connected to page, yeah. Okay, why is it doing this? Okay, I'm gonna go to mine and see if it's different. Don't say it. United States, Canada. Okay. And I want my page. People connected to social media now. Okay. So I don't know why it's like that. It shouldn't be like that. That's too bad. Why is that? People, audience, new, page likes. No. So I'm gonna have to explain to you with not looking at it, because it used to be, again, last week I used it and it was not like that. I don't know, they're probably working on it. I have to find what's going on here. Let's see, how can I'm gonna check something. Come on. Nope. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the page because, okay, until recently what you could do, and it's probably gonna come back, I hope so. I hope so. That's weird. Because right now I don't think it gives, I think it gives the profile of the people that are following me as a profile, not on my page. And it used to be able to give me exactly those information about people on my page. But again, Facebook is revamping everything this week, okay? Anything around privacy information. So I don't know if it has an impact or not, but I want to give you, in case it comes back, because it was just magical. That's where I used it all the time for ads. Okay, so it gives you basically, you know, age and gender about your community, but it was giving you relationship status. So were people married or not, single, in a relationship, engaged, and their education level, is it more high school, college, or grad school? But then you could have access to their job title and the industry they were in. So that was huge, because when it's time to target, you want to target people where they are. And then you could see the page, Facebook page they were liking. Can I still see that? Page likes. Yes, it seems. Yes. So amazingly enough, you could learn, and that's too bad I can't do it with my page right now, only with my people, but I really think it's because they're revamping everything. You can see, like, your fans, if it comes to hack, you'll be able to see what are their favorite page, like what they are interacting a lot with. And then you can target those pages, because, for example, here it's IKEA, interesting. So you could try to target their top categories of Facebook pages. So Coca-Cola, like, those information here are so weird sometimes. You're like, what? They do this? They like that? No. But that's what they do. Page likes, so you see which, you know, what they're, you know, the top pages that they follow. So Netflix is a big one. Interesting. Yeah, Air Transat, IKEA, PlayStation, Michael Kors, Samsung. But those are my profile people, not my page. So, and then you can see location, top cities, top countries, top languages. And in terms of activities, you could see if there were more people that were into commenting or more into liking pages. So it's really cool. Are they ads clicker? So this is key, because this is how you discover what they do, like how they behave online. And then what type of device they're using. Are they more desktop only, desktop and mobile, mobile only, computer, iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, mobile web? Like, it's just a mine of information where you can really go deep on who is who and what they do. So I'm sorry that I don't see it with my page anymore. I hope it's coming back. I'm gonna bring you back. But yeah, keep the link, and hopefully we'll have it back. Maybe not. We'll see. But keep that in mind, because it's pretty cool. So let's go back and kind of recap what we said. The importance of at least 5 types of categories of targeting: fans, friends of fans, custom audience, lookalike, and interest. And spend a lot of time in your interest. So before you do your ads by interest, you work a lot around who is my ideal client. What do they eat? Where do they go for shopping? Are they online? Are they on mobile? Are they? And then if you are missing too much information, do a survey, ask them, or play with your actually current post, and then ask questions through your post as well, and then use your newsletter. And then if you're gonna have a few, and what's important is like to really identify what type of challenge do they have, you know? so that you can really craft your ads using the right words and keep what they tell you, like almost word for word. This is the type of words they're using that you can be using. And then try to figure out what their challenge is. What do they need? What would be the solution for them? What are they looking for when they come to Power of the Purse? So this is why you have a bunch of testimonials from what I remember. So use your testimonials, like bring people online with you live, like, and then really listen to the words that people are saying, like what was their expectation, what it was the situation they were in between before going to Power of the Purse, what happened when they were there, and what happened after.
Okay.
And probably the words that you should be using in your ads, right?
Yes. Gotcha. Well, I'm more knowledgeable now than I was an hour ago. Let me tell you that. This is good. This is good. All on a Saturday morning.
I know.
And it's only noon here where I am. So
we're good because it's 1 p.m. 1:03. Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm going to check if there are more questions for you or ideas for you too, right? Marie, so that was Kelly saying, Marie Touchin, where do you live? If you go to the Facebook link that Ange has been sharing, and I think Marie said she found it.
Yes, yes.
Kelly said, this was very generous sharing, Ange. Thank you. Oh, well, you're welcome. So the links, I think that's Facebook. Love to have you check it out. I still don't know what the power is all about. I'll check the link. Okay. So she's gonna check the link.
Yep.
And then Kelly says, Marie, you see the link now. Power of the Purse is a one-day conference for women with 6 inspiring personal stories shared through the day by 6 women doing wonderful things in their communities. It's an incredible, impacting day for all. Yes. Okay, Marie said yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna put back. So that was kind of a wrap up of our hotspot. Cynthia, thank you so much for taking the time. And if you're watching the replay until the end, like now, like if you hear that sentence, that means you watched the full replay. That means you're really committed. That means you should join us in the loop, because it's only for committed people that are ready to dig and put their hands dirty in the advertising world, on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course we use other platforms to come support everything. But it's really how you go deep and never give up, because it's really key. Like, we have so much tools with Facebook advertising, and even on the organic side of things, there's so many things we can do, even with the chat box and stuff. That's another chapter, but it's endless. So one step at a time. But I think what we covered today, Cynthia, is going to be very helpful for more than yourself, because it's something that it's a steps that a lot of people are missing. Like, take the time to study with your ideal client, because it's going to save you so much time when you're ready to advertise.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Good. Thank you for putting me on the hot seat.
You're welcome. Thank you to everybody. See you soon. And if you have any question, even after the replay, ask them in the comment section. I wish you a good weekend, everybody.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.